There's been discussions online about whether law school should be merged, whether the law school process should be merged with the law degree. People have given their opinions, various people have expressed their views. It has come to my knowledge that a lot of people have had these views in mind, but then our platform has been the place where they've been able to share this with us. And we have some speakers, some guests today who have also shared their point of view and are going to deliberate on this topic. With me here, let me allow them to introduce themselves. There's a fine young man with
just one fine man.
No, there's a fine man with a monkey jacket right there, and there's
another fine one.
And yes,
pretty lady.
So, my name is Mustafa Jaffa. I'm a lawyer. Hello, my name is Mustafa Jaffa, and I'm a lawyer.
Hello, I am Samuel C. Chiko. I'm a lawyer by training, public speaker, poet, and blah blah blah. Yeah.
My name is Tiwatayo Kunle.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a law graduate.
Okay. So, topic of discussion, like I said earlier, is law school and the law degree being made together. Who wants to?
The ladies first.
Okay. I think my first question with this is that, are we saying that the degree process should become 7 years, or is it just going to be a long, tedious 5-year program?
You know how most people, especially the people that went to government institutions, have the notion that there's internal strike, there's external strike. Most of them ended up spending 8 years in school. And after leaving school, they go to law school and do a year. Some people claim that during externship, they didn't learn anything. It was just about reading to pass. I think Ifuna said in her message to us that for her during externship was just about passing by finals. She didn't really learn the practical aspect.
That was the case.
Yeah, she didn't really learn the practical aspect of it. For me, I want to sit on the fence. I want to allow you guys.
You have to be the referee today.
I think it should be more about what helps the next generation of lawyers. Our conversation here is to just look at it. Should any of the processes be reformed? What makes it better for the next generation of people? People currently in law school now, people currently in university. What is it? We three of us here have been through the process. You're about to go through the process.
Yeah, sure.
You're still fresh with how the law degree process is. Samuel and Michael have also gone to law school.
Yeah.
So I feel like the comparison between the two.
Yes, the schools of thought. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who knows, she might change her mind after this and not go to law school.
Yeah.
Personally, I disagree with the entire notion altogether. I have my reservations about law school. I was just there just last year. I was a student there, and I've been through the process, and I feel like merging them together would not have a positive effect on law graduates or lawyers. Here in Nigeria, you come up with a lot of theoretically sound ideas, brilliant ideas, but these ideas fail to withstand the harsh reality that we face in Nigeria. In order for them to be practical enough, we need to put them side by side with the normal problems that universities have. And like I alluded to earlier, the biggest one is strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's really affected a lot of people spending more time in school.
When I was in law school, I had classmates, and I realized that this was the first time that we are in a high institution where strikes do not affect us.
Strike-proof institution.
It was also new to them. Things that we take for granted was something that they took as a blessing in a way. And I remember when I was being called to bar, the Director General boasted about how law school has never ever been on strike. Not for one.
An achievement.
Yeah. He didn't say that throughout the whole thing. He said that during my day.
Exactly. When I called him, he said that also. Another thing I have my reservations for is the teaching standards. You know, like some universities, students will tell you that the lecturers don't turn up. They don't do their job. You know, they give you handouts, they don't come for lectures, they don't partake in the whole process. You teach yourself most things. In a lot of federal universities, that is the case. But in law school, you're guaranteed that you wake up in the morning, you go to class, and your lecturer is there in the morning. Things go as planned. You know, it has certainty to your life. So I feel like people, if they change the system and they merge it together, people in those kind of institutions where you'll be writing the bar exam with one hand tied behind their back. You know, they're disadvantaged because they're not actually taught these things. Obviously, yes, you have to go and learn them on your own regardless. But there are some things that when explained, you understand better.
Okay.
So someone, what do you want?
Yeah, sure. But everyone has taken it from a very descriptive point. Permit me to be a bit prescriptive, if you like. The reason why we're having this conversation is because there is a problem.
Yes, and then we're looking
for solutions.
Ways forward.
And you know, one school of thought feels that okay, there's a very strong migraine we have, so let's just cut off that part of the head or the whole part of the head. However, I may not be a medical doctor, but I could say clinically that what we need is not an overhaul of the whole process. Maybe an unpopular opinion, yeah?
People will argue about that because we said that.
Some are shouting, crucify him right now, but I do not think the whole process, and I pick my words carefully, I do not think the whole process should be overhauled. And this is the reason why. When I did a little research, I saw that law school was brought about for a purpose. And that was because in those days, Nigerian lawyers, or those who intended to be lawyers, would school abroad. And when they came back, there was no unified system. They were called into the Queen's Bar in England, Queen's Council and all. And into the 4 inns of courts and all. And there was no unified process, and that was why the Council for Legal Education was established. And if there's a difference in Nigeria with having something in mind and executing it. But if you look at the intentions for law school, it was to provide a level playing ground. So irrespective of where you have been schooled, maybe in England, in Malaysia, in Cotonou, with due respect to those places, there should be a level playing ground. So the question is, what should then be the solution? Since I said I'm coming from a clinical perspective, and this is what I think. I think one, there should be a review of the curriculum. Well, if there's anybody of Bencher, a member of the Bencher watching it, please, this is off record, right? It's just a suggestion. There should be a review of the process. It should be made, for instance, we're told that it will be more practical. But if you notice, there's an irony in law school. Like most students go there with a practical mindset, but you're confronted with lots and loads of theory garnished.
Law school
garnished. Yeah, the theoretical garnished with a bit of practice.
Sorry to
very well.
In practice,
yes.
Have you noticed that some of the drafts are different from what's in practice?
Yes,
that's another.
You're even stretching it so far. You remember then in law school, there was this quote we always had. What we are teaching you is for the purpose of bar part, and everybody will shout to. There's a chorus then. So I think there should be a review. If it's going to really be for practice, let it be for practice.
I think this is why most people are cheering for the overhaul of
very and legitimate concerns. Yeah.
When most people have to unlearn. When they leave law school, if not, they will be very bad at litigation.
Very true, very true.
So, Madam T, what do you have to contribute?
When Mustafa started, he said things work theoretically. Everything is right theoretically in Nigeria on paper, and I absolutely agree. Because if you think about it, I was going to say that I don't think they should be joined because there are 2 categories of law: substantive and procedural. And they say that we're going to. Well, they say that in uni you're learning the substantive parts and then there's procedural in law school, but I'm hearing now that but just it's all theory all over again. But so
does it scare you? Does it scare you?
I'm not completely someone.
I'll object to that. Not completely theoretical.
Okay, yes.
Most universities don't practice drafts.
True.
There's that.
And even if they do, they don't go as in-depth as it is practiced in law school.
Okay.
Yes, but I would say like the majority of it is still theoretical. When coming into law school, I expected mock trials, for example, to be something that was common. But it's something that is a one-off thing in law school. It happens just once. And I didn't even participate.
It's very voluntary. Very voluntary. Yes.
I think most of the people again going for the merger of the 2 processes are people that schooled in Nigeria. Because people that schooled abroad, I'm not putting on any table here. Probably did law for 2 years. Came to Nigeria
I mean, but then
Oh, three.
Came to Nigeria,
You see,
came to Nigeria and did law school for just a year. They had it easy.
that was
then again, I did law for 3 years too in Nigeria.
Well, I did law for 3 years. So the university said I should finish it up. So I didn't school in Nigeria. I schooled in Gwagwalada. Is it Gwagwalada in Nigeria?
I was going to get to that point. I feel like changing the system it will have a negative effect on, like Ria said, people like me. You know, in Nigeria, you have a lot of students going abroad to attain degrees. We also have a lot of foreigners who have gotten their degrees in their home country and they come back to practice law in Nigeria. If you incorporate it, like in law school, for example, there are so many Cameroonians, Ghanaians, other Africans. If you incorporate it into the university thing, these people are not allowed to practice anymore.
Someone also made a very important point to me that this is a postgraduate degree.
Yeah.
So by the time you're done with law school, you count as a person who has a first degree and a postgraduate degree, which you know elevates your status.
I can remember somebody commented on an Instagram post. She said, I think her name was Jamila. She said instead of law students graduating, like the normal convocation ceremony that takes place in school, that if the law school system is embedded into the law degree process, theirs will now be called to bar. And I replied that I said meaning that the council of legal education will now have to be dissolved, because it was saying that either it's dissolved or it's merged with it.
I have a problem with that, and someone mentioned it to The whole point of law school is to have a universal standard of which lawyers are trained and are called to the bar. In Nigeria, we have more than about 170 something universities. The Council of Legal Education is the governing body that governs and created the Nigerian law school and legal education as a whole. So this body does not have the resources, the manpower to ensure that all these universities comply with their standards. So what now happens is that there are universities that are lagging behind or are not to the standard at which the Council of Legal Education wants. And to be frank with you, I feel like the standard is not even high enough. But
difficult to show me the standard is high.
Exactly, it's
high.
If he ever becomes the DJ alert, please, if this man becomes the DJ.
Where in the world have you the grading system that is practiced in the Nigerian law school grading system?
It can be depressing at times.
No, it is. I'm attacking the standard.
Okay.
The standard of the legal law becoming called to the bar in Nigeria is actually very high if you think about it. It does not allow you to be mediocre.
We typically raise
you have to be good in all subjects. You can't just get called to the bar by passing one subject.
That is one perspective to see it. But how I see it, practice today is not like before where everyone is a general practitioner.
True.
Today, practice is specialized. You have people who specialize in election petition, intellectual property, so on and so on. So, for example, now, I am an expert at criminal law. I am one of the best. I'm a first-class student at criminal law. Because I happen to fail one of the other subjects, but my overall average is still a first class. I am not good enough to be called to the bar.
Well, the thing is,
I don't agree with that.
Practice is not so special. It's actually specialized in Nigeria, but it's generally specialized. Meaning you can see someone that's a constitutional lawyer, someone that's an advocate.
That's what I'm going to hear.
But what I'm against, alright, and I would stand anywhere and say this, is I'm not in favor of, I don't know if it's still on, but there was a system then in which there was this negative marking in law school.
No, it was never on.
And
it was just a rumor.
It was a rumor, but it was not there in theory. But if you check it out in practice, I won't mention names, but DG at one point. Did I mention the year? I hope I didn't mention the DG then. Yes, in X years, mentioned that okay, it's not negative marking, but at least it's such that so maybe subtractive marking. I'm like, what is subtractive? And the problem is this: it has a ripple effect. All right. I do not judge a man by his by his intentions, rather. I judge a man by his actions. And when it has a ripple effect on the students, you see, you have students that go to church to give testimonies about passing the bar exams. Like, oh my gosh, I passed. But it's a big deal. Of course, it is. But if you look at it in context of okay, I'm being prepared for work. I'm being prepared for responsibility. Trust me, law school can even be more effective. There are people that were vexed, rather, and I think I belong to that school of thought at some point, but I guess I'm born again now. We're vexed that they had 161 first class graduates, and they're like, the standard has fallen, the standard has fallen.
The funny thing is, that 161 was just 2% of the entire class.
2%.
So what is wrong with 2% of the class being first class students? What's wrong with that?
Let's go on a break real quick, and then when we're back, we break down the comments that were made online, and we see ways that we can come up with a solution, and then we open the phone lines for calls. Yeah, someone is still looking
Ready to fire. Yeah.
So we're going to open the phone lines now to hear what people have to say to interact with our conversation. You can call us on 090 30,000 899 or 080 999 8770. Let me go over it again. 090 30,000 899 080 999 8770. I'm good. I'm getting better at this. Alright, so I would go on the Instagram page now and check what. So I would use that to interact with you guys as well.
Okay.
Moving forward. Okay. So from our community, Jamila is of the school of thought that it is better to merge the two processes. It relieves you of the stress. Instead of the project you do in the final year, it should be replaced with court attachment because it makes it more professional and it saves more time. See, this one is you. What do you think about that?
Sorry, come again.
She said instead of convocating, it should be called to bar. Okay, we have a caller. So, hello. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. I'm fine. Okay, Mubarak from going, but this is Sweet. Do you have any contribution to our topic of discussion? Okay. You want to... Okay, we lost that caller. Mubarak, if you're still listening, you can still dial in and get to hear from you.
Okay, for the person who wants stuff to be merged, the opinion poll, the person who wants stuff to be merged. The thing is this, like I said earlier on, it comes from very noble intentions. Of course, no one likes stress, nothing good. Of course, nobody wants to go through all that. And to answer that question of the stress, I am of the candid opinion that a compromise can be reached. And how can this be reached? Rather than we having stuff for 5 years in this country, yes, like reading law at the undergraduate level for 5 years, we could have it for 3 years or max 4 years. There are certain courses that we all know we struggled with in 100 level, and I won't mention names with due respect to those courses. Those courses could be integrated into maybe something else, so that we could, for instance, in 100 level, we just did one in Nigeria. Actually, we just did one course. That's one law course, which is the Nigerian legal method, and we still went on to do Nigerian legal system, which was more or less like an elevated duplicity of that course. So we could do it with certain courses. Do it with certain courses. Have a shorter time frame. So that law school, the reason why I keep emphasizing, trust me, I'm not old school, yes, but the reason why I would like to see myself as hybrid school, rather, the reason why I think we should have a law school is this. So the person that comes from, whether it's outside the country or from the hinterland, can have a melting point. Law school serves an academic role in that it sharpens the saw universally. Secondly, law school has a social role. There are certain friends I met in law school, and we've been friends since then. Certain experiences I had, certain perspectives that if I was just locked up in, trust me, Guax is a very interesting place.
Yes, I for one, I was actually reformed in law school.
So law school gives you that opportunity. So it shouldn't be totally scrapped, but like I've said earlier, I think it should be more.
To be honest with you, I've never been more serious in my life.
I was never.
No, it's the truth.
In my life, I never knew I could take in that more.
It's the truth. Because they create that culture that you have to be that way. If you're not that way, you will not succeed. And the good thing is, I've taken from that. I've carried that into my life and my practice right now.
But some universities are actually like that also.
Fair.
Some, and that's the problem. That's
Like
the problem.
Unilag now, for instance,
Yes.
give you the same pressure in the law faculty that you receive.
Yes, that's the beauty and the burden. Some are like that. So what happens to all the others that are not like that? And all of them will answer barrister, lawyer, as the case may be.
Okay.
Well, she did make a solid point though in asking that universities include court attachments as part of the program.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, it doesn't happen. I know many people who hadn't been to a court until they before law school, before they graduated.
Yes.
And that's 5 years of education and you don't even know literally your place of work.
Well, some universities have mock trial systems. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Like when I was in the University of Abuja, we had one of the, probably by bias, we had one of the most vibrant mock trial systems, and it helped, right?
Yeah.
So I think the idea of having a mock trial system that's vibrant and stuff would go a long way. And in law school, I think okay.
But I think that's still different from going to court because I found that during mock trials, for example, you were allowed to go back and forth like in TV shows, and then you get to court and
the spectre.
And the judge is like, counsel, the court is writing. So you're just
can we have both words? Can we have both words?
Coming to a conclusion. What do you guys think is the way forward? Like the final, like what do you think should be?
I'll say mine is very radical today. Personally, I feel like, yes, I understand that there are lots of benefits, like I alluded to about people school. But in America, for example, we have the New York bar.
Okay.
It is literally a standalone examination which you take.
Okay.
Whether you enroll in a private tutorial, it is up to you. But I feel like we switch to that system.
Okay.
Law school was very expensive for lots of people. People could not afford it. There were so many people that we had to carry out fundraisers to help.
Very true.
It happens every year.
Very true.
The money is tedious on people.
Okay.
Let it just be an exam that you can write and succeed.
Okay. Personally, I feel the universality and the uniformity should be maintained, but should be reviewed. One, the time should be shortened. Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be as long as it is. Okay.
Time for law school and time for university.
Both. The time for university should be shortened. Can be 3, can be 4.
But in one of the curriculum, it means that they have to now.
Trust me,
there's so many.
Theodore Roosevelt said something. Theodore Roosevelt said something. Right? That Franklin. When there is a will, there is a way. That curriculum was made by. We got it from the British system. But how long did they spend in Britain?
I mean,
I went to university in the UK and my degree was for 3 years.
Oh.
3 years.
Yeah. And if we like to admit to ourselves, there are lots of things that can be cut out of the university process, to be honest. But then, I don't think they should be merged. I don't think that law school and university serve the same function or teach the same things, quote unquote. So it's not a duplication of function per se. There are 2 different levels, 2 different things happening there. But yes, I do think that everything needs to be reviewed, honestly. Everything.
So, should law school be merged with the law degree process? Yeah or nay?
Nay. Resounding nay.
Nays have it.
So it should be reformed.
Definitely, yeah.
Alright. The duty of a lawyer is very, very important in society.
Sure.
There's a need for us to keep on talking about starting this type of conversation. Because conversations, the first step to solving a problem is talking about it.
Very true.
And when conversations are being driven, it leads to action. Somebody out there is listening to this. This could lead to a course of, or maybe somebody in the NBA is probably listening to this and like, okay, you know what? Let's come together and see how this could be easy for these students, because
I say who's that young lad?
but the truth is the part that lawyers play is very, very important in society. We're like the custodians of justice. We hold the sword that enable the society to move forward towards prosperity.
Can I say this? Like, your undergraduate years are important. Law school important.
Yes. So there's a need for it being a professional course. There's a need for it to be done in the best of ways,
possible ways,
so that these individuals that are being hatched out of this process will be able to serve and protect.
Very true.
And do the part that they need to play in the society.
Very true.
So to you listening as a law student or someone currently in law school, we urge you to do the very best. Samuel and Mustafa are smiling at you. Tiwataya is here winking at you.
Sure.
And they're billowing your name, saying that you can be the very best you need to be.
Yeah.
If not now, when? And if not you, who? Join us next month, same time, on Thursday. Follow us on all our social media platforms at succint. God bless you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.